Hey, hey.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Happy Friday.
Happy Founders Day to those lovely divas of Delta Sigma Theta
That's
Thank
right.
you.
sorority
Thank you.
incorporated. Our
That's
daughters.
right.
AKA
Amen.
them Reds.
Oh,
I'm
dim
just,
red.
I'm just trying to figure out who's that Puerto Rica over there at the bottom in the corner.
Whatever. Shut up.
That's
That Puerto Rica.
Aka.
Who that Puerto Rica is?
Oh, and the
Toss it
cat
one time. Toss it.
because they had their Founders Day too.
We did. We
Right,
did.
Dwight?
We did. Absolutely.
Look, TT is only fitting you with Marcus. It's only
Did y'all not hear what Belinda said?
What?
What she called the dozens?
Yeah.
No,
I love
Yeah.
daughters. I love daughters.
I didn't say little. I said just our daughters. I did
I
not say
love
little.
daughters.
Don't do that.
It
It's
be-
I
good.
love daughters.
We're having a great
Look,
day.
I didn't say that.
Oh.
But on top of that, since we won't record until after the Founders Day for the AKAs, shout out to all the lovely ladies of Alpha Kappa Alpha.
Oh, yes.
who also celebrate their Founders Day.
Yes. Yes.
And,
I have to hold it
Yeah.
down. Where is
and
it?
our Zeta folks also.
Yes.
The following day.
Our
Yes.
Zeta sisters also. That's
Our little nieces. Yeah.
They're so cute.
Lord,
Cuties.
Lord.
Oh, it's the subtle petty, Roy. It's the subtle
Right, right.
We are speaking history.
Brings a different level to it, doesn't it?
How is it petty? We're talking history, aren't we?
Oh, jeez.
You
No. You didn't say little. Jessica definitely said little.
Again, where's the lie?
Oh God. She doubled down on it too, right?
Right. That part.
Yeah.
bring it back to you.
But
Hang up at all.
nonetheless, happy Founders Day, Avis.
Yeah.
Thank you so very
Yes, you're
After she done insulted her. By the way, thanks for showing up.
No,
Appreciate it.
Avis, what time did you get a text message from me? What time? What time did you get a text message from me?
much. It was earlier in the day, like
First thing.
first thing this morning today.
Oh.
Yes.
Well, yes, I woke up with her on my mind to congratulate her on her Founders Day. See, because we're always thinking about our kids.
that is hilarious.
Yes.
That was a setup.
Always,
Right.
always.
That's important.
Right, very important. We have to
Setup.
make sure they are doing well.
Yes.
Fight that thing across the.
Wayward daughters I
And
love
that way you
too.
don't end up in the
Not
retirement
wayward
home
daughters.
consumed.
Wait a minute.
Taking care of us.
Wayward.
Wait a minute. It's the
That's right.
adjectives for me. I mean,
Wayward daughters. Don't we love our wayward daughters? We don't.
wayward daughters.
Ooh,
Leave them out there. We love them.
Oh.
Well,
yes,
we
I love
embrace
it.
them.
Yes.
I wish I could be a fly on the wall considering both organizations were founded at Howard to see what that looked like. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when those initial meetings and you still got a whole organization on the same campus, like,
Yeah.
so I know
Still
is it my
with
garter being
Cocktail
being too tight, or
You
are these
know,
girls across the way trying to
some folks just didn't want
Hello?
to move on.
They garter.
They're now great.
Hello?
Really, the garter, Dwight.
Well,
It was
y'all,
the
y'all,
19.
y'all love on Avis.
a lot of garters?
We absolutely are.
We do.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
We can't do
Listen,
anything
Avis is
without
ours.
Avis.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. We're like this with Avis.
I'm telling you.
You
Yes.
said Avis is the
know.
exception. That's what you said.
Anytime
part.
anyone makes a mistake, we don't just like continuously
Wow,
speak
not
on that.
mistake. Not
You
mistake.
know,
All the thoughts and ideas of my two sons do not reflect those of everyone.
What's
I
going on?
appreciate you. Thank you
That's
so very much.
hilarious.
You know,
I love you, Edwina, my sister, who's a member of Delta
Right.
Sigma.
we're
Look,
learning
your
games.
mom.
Shout out to my
hello.
mama.
Yes, sometimes it's too late for you.
Ebony, and your absence.
Ebony.
Shout out to
Ebony,
Emma.
it's a lot of them. It's a lot of them. A lot of them. Ricky Smiley, he shouted y'all out this morning. He was like,
His favorites, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
not sure about that, but yes, absolutely, absolutely.
We
And
have
Dwight, you all have celebrated your Founders Day as well.
Yeah. We kick off the January babies
Yeah. My shimmy.
celebrations on January 5th. So
Congrats.
shout out to the brothers of
Fine
Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. You know, we out here, the first Greek letter organization to become incorporated with that.
Okay.
In case people didn't know that.
Let them know.
We're here for the history.
Little known fact, So
Mhm.
of the Divine Nine, we're the first ones that said we're not just a businessman, we are a business man.
Uh-oh.
You see how Latif's timing came in when you
Right,
said that?
of course. It's like
Captain said, wait a minute.
they talking too much Kappa stuff on here. Let me come in here and
Latif just went to the top turnbuckle, Dwight.
you know what I'm saying? So, hold on there, Jimmy Superfly Snooker.
He was like, but what you know about Black History Month? That's what we started. I mean, you might kick the year off, but this is what I'm trying to say. Isn't that what you said, Captain?
That's right. What you know? What you know?
John.
Yeah.
John.
Welcome to the show, Latif.
I thank you. My
TT,
papa.
that's John Wick. I don't care what anybody say to me.
Well, now that Latif is here, let's let Bobby go ahead and
That don't sound right.
let Bobby go ahead and play.
My prerogative. I can do what I
You
want
know
to
what I'm
do.
saying? Like Whitney Houston on the Whitney and Bobby show.
Okay.
Bobby.
Hey,
that 2023 rewind.
One, two, three. I know beats like ABC. Mine come up, they hate to see. I may believe till they believe. I came up to major leagues. Say you blind, but wait and see. This so easy. 1, 2, 3. ABC from A to Z. Back to raps, won't miss.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what I kind of forgot about.
A lot of stuff at the end of the
Why
year.
does 2022 seem like, for some reason, it seems like a long time ago? Like a long time ago. I completely forgot about Monique and DL Hughley.
Yes.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because
Forgot
it was
about that.
forgettable, let's be clear.
That was early in the year.
Mhm.
What'd you say, Dwight?
It was forgettable. That's all.
That's right.
It was huge, though. I mean, at the moment,
Did that happen, though?
Huge.
It
You said,
was,
when did it happen?
I think the fact that it
Early
got
year.
reconciled.
It was in the spring, but it kind of flared up real big. It flared up real big, and then it died away real quick because, I mean, it was pointless. I mean,
It's because Kanye ruled the rest of the year. That's
right.
It was in June.
Oh, congratulations to Kanye. He
Don't,
got married.
don't slip on Will Smith.
Well, that too, but
Yeah,
Kanye had
that
the rest of the year.
That lasted for a whole long time. Like
It did.
everything
Kanye
was
and
about
Will, they
class.
took up all the oxygen in the room.
They absolutely did.
But Kanye just got married, so we need to
Kanye got
congratulate
married
him.
today. Kanye got married today or yesterday or somebody.
No,
That's the
it was a
rumor.
while ago.
The girl
And
looked just like the ex.
In true my 2 cent fashion, we've decided to just skip the 2022 rewind and jump right into what
That's
we talked about today.
hilarious.
But can we before we jump into it, can we reflect just a moment?
Yes.
So let's start with the senator, Dwight, reflecting on 2022. What was that hallmark moment for you in news that well, for me, as I said, Monique and DL completely forgot about it, and that just seemed like it resonated a lot within me to remember. What about you?
I mean, piggybacking on that, the person I would like to forget about in 2022 is Ron DeSantis. Unfortunately, he's still around, but I sleep better every night knowing that he can't run again to be governor of Florida. So that gives me hope.
Right.
It puts a smile on my face that I just have to endure him for a little while longer, and then hopefully he will go off into the great beyond and never to darken my doorstep again. So, but unfortunately, we had to go through a whole election in 2022. So that's where a lot of my time and energy was spent in 2022. So I'm glad that's over and I can move on, keep going.
Mm-hmm. Anybody else have something for 2022?
I'm trying to think.
I think
I
the
know.
top kid was Kyrie Irving and what he
Yeah.
Oh.
situation that he had and speaking his truth and
It was
him
ongoing.
against Yeah, him and versus the NBA, him versus just the things that he had to kind of endure. But I mean, I think you what I really took from that is to stand on what you believe in, regardless of what other people think of it all.
I think for me, it was National White Privilege Day because of the fact that it was, there's always a huge disparity between
Lord
the two.
have mercy on me. I was blind.
The January 6th insurrection, or what have you, will always permeate my mind because literally 2 months prior to that, you had the
permeate.
The Black Lives Matter.
He's trying to fill in for Miles,
right? On our nation's capital, and there was countless law enforcement agencies there for them, and there was no incidents or whatever that happened. But if you fast forward 2 months, there weren't any there, and they did damage. Not only did they do damage, but 3 people perished, and people perished after that.
What I like about that, Teef, is that it was on your heart so much that you forgot that was 2021. And
that is hilarious. I'm literally Googling, like, I swear that was 2021.
I was like, that's top of your mind, bro. That's good. That's all I was
The thing that was on my mind was the anniversary. The 1 year anniversary of that in 2022.
Way to come back.
Okay, now you cleaned it up.
Look, but how about this? How about I felt some type of way when I saw them using J6? I was like, that is only ours. We the only people that can say J anything.
I did not see that.
It's like a hashtag, like J6. I'm like, excuse me, that's J15, that's J5, that's J13, that's J. Get out of here.
Yeah, man.
Like, why are y'all making this like this is a?
Hold on. The greatest
thing here
form of flattery is imitation.
You right. You are correct.
I'm also gonna.
We've been overly imitated.
Right. All the time.
TT, why you got your bang over your right eye like the 90s? That's all I want to know.
Come through, Aaliyah.
That's what I want to know. Then she had enough nerve to do this.
Tell me you're not somebody. Tell me you're not somebody.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Yes, R&B.
Hello, can y'all hear me? Hello.
Yeah, but they always take our stuff. Like I'll never forget the first time I heard.
Oh, come through, Bobby.
Okay.
Bobby, I might be late, but I'm gonna get it in.
in. All those people were waiting. Come on, Bobby, get it.
That's right.
First time I heard.
Eric. Happy New Year. Okay.
First time I heard a PWI band dude talking out the side of your neck, I was like, yeah.
Who did that? What band?
It was. I want to say
they gotta be from. You can't.
That's Ohio State.
It was either UVA. It was either
UVA. It has to be somewhere over there.
It was somewhere in the Northeast down here. But when they played it, I was like,
"Are you serious?"
Well, I'm gonna say this. I think that we like to flatter ourselves and think that other ethnicities, race groups, that they're checking for us and that they know all that we're doing, and they don't. And they don't even care about a J15, 14.
They don't know about that.
They don't know about a lot of things.
Right. They don't connect it back to
They don't.
Yes.
Wait, now they do copy a lot of stuff though.
They copy stuff,
and they steal a lot of stuff too now. I'm just saying.
They don't connect it.
The meetings that I've been in 2022 and trying to enlighten people who do not look like anybody on this panel on simple things that we do every day and to understand how important it is in our world. It is talking to a wall. They do not care.
No interest at all.
And no interest at all.
Yeah.
At all. There are a lot of things that I thought that they would have understood, knew that it just makes sense. No.
Nope.
No.
That's so funny.
No.
Which was further my stance.
Okay. Oh my.
Uh-oh. That's why you talking about 2021.
What's the stand?
You can't let it go.
Oh. Oh God.
I have something for 2022 though that I really enjoy seeing.
Okay, go ahead.
And it's staying with me. I think Dwight might have mentioned we were off earlier today, but I really enjoy seeing African Americans, Africans that live in America, that are here in America, go back to the continent and actually live their best life and be able to share that with us through social media. I think that is inspiring and definitely, touches your entire soul and your spirit, that we are making ourselves available and open to that experience. So I hope to see that continue. I hope to go myself as soon as I can.
I was going to ask, have you been to Ghana? Steve Harvey was talking about that this week, actually, on The View. And it was such a prolific conversation where he was.
You said to myself.
But I think you should finish the sentence before you. Okay. Like maybe we drink at the end of the
Linda,
sentence.
she said, no. Give me my
20. Can you go back and start all over again?
Give it now.
So what he enlightened everyone on was the feeling of waking up and being a majority. And one of the non-Blacks that were on the panel said, that sounds like privilege. And his response was, you are absolutely
right.
You are so
that
correct.
Part,
you get it. Yeah.
That part.
Yeah.
I woke up in my whole self understanding that we were the majority.
Yeah.
And there was nothing within me that wanted me to decrease who I am, who I need to personify, who I need to be. If someone's, and I'm speaking on his behalf, but what I heard him say was, if someone didn't like me, it was just because they didn't like me. It didn't have anything to do with the fact that my skin color wasn't like theirs. It didn't have anything to do with any of those things. So yeah,
I love that. I love that. When I was looking at the 2024 agenda for My 2 Cents, I think I saw that the destination show was going to be in Ghana.
The destination show was in Ghana.
Was that 2024?
No, I thought that was fourth quarter 2023.
Ooh, what you know about that?
Okay. I don't mean to change the subject, but I will say this: what we didn't
take note.
Yeah, right. What we didn't address though was really the Deion Sanders and the whole HBCU phenomenon. That was huge.
Yeah. Was that 1 year?
Nation on just.
Yeah, that's true.
It was extremely huge because it brought light to the fact that that we are the athletes. We make the programs. We're the ones that make these programs. And the quicker you find that out and give us our just due and understand that we can take it back. We can't take it back. And he let them know the blueprint. Like, listen, send them back. Send them back to the HBCU. The NFL in the 80s and 70s was all HBCU bred.
Right.
And primarily between like 3 schools. Grambling, A&T, and maybe Jackson State or what have you.
I was going to ask you, could you go ahead and just let them know what the schools were?
But yeah, I mean, listen, you put a spotlight on NIL deals, right? NIL deals. You put a spotlight on HBCUs, but then you also put a spotlight on Blackness. I mean,
absolutely
right.
Well, I will say this: So one of our other companies has two docs coming out and a TV show coming out in next month, actually in a few weeks. And so I'm sitting in this studio, someone who doesn't look like us. What does he say? Because one of the docs is about HBCUs. And he goes, wow, that Dion, he brought a spotlight to those HBCUs.
No, he brought a spotlight to it in your eyes.
In your eyes, right?
He's only speaking Mr. Wade.
But let's not miss the point. What she's saying is he put the nation on notice.
That was exactly what he was saying.
Yeah.
I see it as he brought us an internal and an external conflict
100%.
to our community.
Oh, yeah.
But we struggle internally, in-house, in our homes. We struggle with this Dion HBCU PWI issue. And then he made sure that externally, we also struggled with it. And the only way to grow is to struggle. You have to have
Let's
some
talk
struggle
about
to grow.
the birthing process. That is why I said in the beginning, at the top of the show, if I could think back in 2022 for a moment, because that birthing process, it is, I mean, Belinda, you and I talked about this on camera about the natural birthing process and what your body physically goes through in birthing a child.
Yes, the change of the organs, the shock factor, that's all involved in order to have a healthy child.
And it's the same in business as you grow. It is the same in marital relationships as the relationship grows and you move into another chapter of the relationship. You've gone from being newlyweds to parents to now you're parenting your parents. And now you're saying goodbye to some of your parents. You're actually having to bring in external people into your family to raise them. All of these create shifts of birthing different chapters that are painful. They're painful. And it's like that birthing process to move through, to understand what you're supposed to get and accept it, release, be lighter. And most importantly, move forward in union. You know what? Let's go ahead and move to a lighter topic.
I love it.
My wallet and collection plate. You're preaching.
Let's move to a lighter topic.
I mean, I was going to talk about one other thing in 2022, but
You went to 2021 first, T.
Right.
No, but I went to the anniversary. But I would be remiss. I mean, as far as 2022, on a personal note, I mean, it was definitely a eye-opening experience when the sudden transition of my mother. So truthfully, I'm not going to give much lie. After August 13th, I really don't remember much about 2022 because that was the day that my mother passed.
Prayers.
That's all I was gonna say. See there, y'all thought I was about to bring up the Black Panther Party and all that. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about that.
They was right behind you. Them spirits was right behind you too.
Roy is able to take your comments lightly and laugh about it because he too has moved through grieving with his mother passing in February and laying her to rest. And it has been a complete transition. I didn't even know as a wife that you would grieve on behalf of your husband. Thus, people coming over to celebrate my birthday and me being in the bed asleep. Didn't really even understand what that was all about. Did reach out to a psychologist to talk about it because it was kind of weird for me. I didn't understand that. But I believe 2020, 2021, 2022 has affected everyone with something, situations that you don't necessarily, they're going to happen, but you just don't really know how you're going to address it until you go through it.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do to prepare for it.
No.
But what I will say in that process that I learned about myself is that, God really put me in a position to where I'm helping others. It just was like,
That's
you know,
fact.
I'm going through this, but you have me calling this person, this person, this person, this person, this person, this person, and this person. And maybe that was his way of allowing me to heal through that process of helping other people to heal.
Yeah. It's not a fun club to be in. You know what I'm saying? I've been there. Coming up on 10-year anniversary for me, so I definitely feel, empathize and sympathize with what y'all boys going through, man, because it's different. Like, they always talk about the relationship of a boy and his mom early in life, but there's something profound about later on, because I and not to take anything away from my sister or what what she probably went through as well, but I think people don't see us grieve in that arc and don't realize the impact of that loss. The way we feel it. So I definitely
it's made me shift for sure.
In the post-editing process of one of our docuseries, when we were putting it together, I'm sitting here going through this. As I said, 2023 is like coming in like a flood. And five people, men in the docuseries, lost their mothers last year.
Mm.
And Roy's been there for all of them. All of them. So it's been a very interesting year. Yeah. Again, nothing that you can prepare for, and
it definitely lends itself to the importance of relationships and brotherhood and support.
For sure.
And sisterhood too, because I can tell you this. When I say the letters from the links and the AKAs, I was just like, it really was overwhelming. But then I think it gave me a sense of what that really, because my wife is almost in everything. She's on every other board, she's in every other meeting, she's in, she's blah, 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 blah. But I think at that point I truly understood why.
Right, that connection.
I used to think my wife didn't want to miss anything, which that's another conversation. But but I understood at that point, like, okay, this makes sense. Why?
Yes. And as graduates of HBCUs, we are so glad that we can teach that to you.
Oh my gosh.
Belinda?
No.
I just love the fact that it's coming directly from the mental health counselor.
Belinda, don't.
All of us love you, boy.
Belinda.
I wasn't ready for it.
All of us love you, and we just want to always.
That's okay. I see. Wait, 1, 2. I see minus one person. I'm really willing to accept the love from right now.
Don't talk about Latif like that. Don't do that.
I love me some John Wick. He already know that.
That was funny.
So 2022, we can say the love is real.
We're keeping you all lifted in prayer. Someone else that we are keeping in prayer is the Presley family.
I did not know that she was 54.
Yep.
You thought she was older or younger?
Yes, older. So So I've talked about this before with my sister, and I tell her that she messes up the age. I don't know how to express it. She messes up what that age category is to me, right? Okay, so it's like I was like, she was 54. I thought she was older than that. I'm not gonna go into all of that, but I forget because I'm like, my sister her friends and people that I know from her that are in that age bracket or group, they don't look like it, they don't act like it, they don't it's something different. So I always look at people when I see like they're like, oh, I mean, I had a very lengthy, not about Lisa Marie Presley. I had a very lengthy conversation about her and another woman that told me that she knew her. And I was like, you don't know my sister. I don't know who you know. She's like, oh yeah, we were like went to school together or something like that. And I was like,
Oh.
like, no. And
I
she
think
was
it's a
like,
reminder that we're aging too. It's a reminder.
but no.
For me, it is.
Oh, but how about? Well, I'll put it this way: the way that you age. How about that?
Right.
It is. It messes me up because I look at people and I be really confused. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
You went to
Well,
school with her?
Let me make it even more plain for you though, April. And this is to your point, the way melanated folks carry their age. Rue McClanahan was 51 years old when the Golden Girls started.
No.
Like the lady who played Blanche was 51.
But
when
see,
the
and
Golden Girls
even then, like they were a different class, right? Because I mean, me and my sister talk about this too. Like,
Bro, you can't tell me.
Ebony has talked about it with us also. We're like that group of our parents. They were old ladies when they were young. Like they were 30, 40. They weren't like how we are. They were very.
Well, I explained to her that we this group that's now in their 50s, we didn't grow up dealing and working with parents who were former slaves.
Right.
There's a different mentality that you have when you're growing up, trying to figure out if when you go to the store, you're going to make it home. Are you going to look at the person the wrong way? Uh-oh, is Avis okay?
Avis, you all right?
Blink, Avis, blink.
Tap, send a message.
Spell, like
Send a message to Avis.
I know, like, blink twice.
Oh wow. Oh, Bobby said she need to go back.
Bobby just we were concerned, but Bobby is not concerned.
Bobby said no.
Bobby just, you are no longer on the show. God.
But the point is that our grandparents, some of them were slaves. Some of them, not some of them, but many of them were affected by Jim Crow,
100%.
segregation. There's a different mentality that you have when life's that way 24 hours a day.
Right.
So my grandmother was 40 when I was born. I'm sorry, 50 when I was born. And my grandmother, when I was born, looked like she was probably about in her 70s.
Mm-hmm.
70s today.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Gotti D, the person I was having this conversation with her about was melanated. But they carried themselves as if they were so old, like
I'm sorry,
like broken down. Oh, and I was like,
you know, it is just it's like a math problem because I was thinking about that as Jessica was talking, that if she had to like every day take a picture with Suge Knight, she too would age differently.
Oh my gosh!
Because you know that whenever we pull that picture up, it feels like she was aging right before our eyes.
Right before your eyes.
or that guy who I had to sit next to on the airplane.
Right.
Yes.
But it does make sense. I mean, because for that to be a part of your daily life, to constantly think about whether or not you're going to make it home, you know, whether or not you're going to make it to the church, whether or not, I mean, just the simple pleasures of life that we enjoy,
right?
Like those simple pleasures, you could literally die from them.
Right.
Like, you could literally die from just walking to your clubhouse.
Right.
You can literally die from just walking or just saying hi to somebody across the street,
Right.
just being a neighbor.
Right.
Like
Right.
you could literally die from somebody dropping their money and handing it to them.
Mm-hmm. That's how far removed we are.
Right.
Absolutely.
And that's also why it's so exciting to see the generations that are coming behind us doing their thing. Because they have another level and layer of freedom that we were not able to experience.
Yeah.
No one told me that I'm from rural Virginia, but no one told me that for my spring break I should actually go to Jamaica for 7 days. No one told me.
Right.
I went home.
Right.
For spring break, and I may have gone to an amusement park or a swimming pool or a beach nearby.
You're talking about the generation behind us?
Behind us.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
You know why? Because their parents are from another generation.
Right. Right.
So
that freedom continues to grow generation after generation.
Oh, this is a deep show. This is a deep show. We were supposed to come back on.
It is.
But I would bring it
Y'all too old for all of that.
The reason why I like our generation. The reason why I like our generation is our generation went through the primitive stages of things and are now getting involved into the technological things of the stages of things as we go through. I mean, because in the beginning, if there was nothing for us to drink water from the water hose on the side of the house, you know, dust off the dirt and everything, and ride our bikes from, you know, South Miami Heights.
Well, how about this? All of that you're talking about is scary to do right now.
Yeah.
They can't even do it now.
That is the evolution.
We only drink one kind of water.
Right. Right. You drink water from
A hose.
Got a bike.
I mean, but
Uber.
Rode your bike in the dark.
Go out.
Look, I got a 10-year-old right now. I'm sorry, not a 10-year-old, 11-year-old upstairs. I don't even know why they're making these houses 2 stories.
Right.
Like,
We'll never do it again.
figure that out.
Yes, we are, Janae.
Yeah, that's what we're Gen X.
Are y'all old?
This
That's what I read into it also. You saw that? I didn't see Gen X. I saw, y'all
You're gonna have to mute Belinda. You hear me? That's
first.
why? What happened? Well, let me
said it, but I
tell y'all
was
about my
thinking it.
11-year-old, please. Okay,
Go tell us about your 11-year-old.
it's gone. It's gone.
No, I want to hear about my niece, please.
The moment is gone. The moment.
No, I want to hear about my niece. Come on.
But
moment
y'all
is gone.
remember,
Roy, tell us the
y'all
story.
remember
She's
making a phone
upstairs.
call
I don't know.
Right.
I can't read my wife's mind sheet.
and calling somebody and be like, "Who you on the phone with?" And I remember the first time a girl did that to me, I was like, "I ain't on the phone with nobody." Yes, it was because it clicked when you came over. Why the hell? What you mean?
The newness of the 3-way call.
Three-way call.
Always.
Get caught up.
I was dumbfounded. I was just like, wow.
We built
Oh,
different.
you do have the story, Bob.
Uh-huh.
She looked like Kim Kardashian.
Kim K.
But her hair is blonde now.
Hey, I'm gonna need this tape.
Wait, I was gonna say, how old is she? Like, what are you talking about?
Well, then she started laughing. She put it on laughing. I'm
Like,
like,
how old is she? Is she saying that she 12? Like, what is she
oh,
Janae's in her 30s. Let her
You gotta
live.
be at least 30.
put her on the show right now.
Like, you gotta be at least 30. So if you're 30, you know exactly what we're talking about.
y'all. Oh, okay.
On site.
So all the time.
Tell her on site.
Girl, it's not that far removed.
Well,
You
all I
act like
know
you outside
is
picking, cotton.
when I was Janae's age, what I would not be doing is being on social media right now. However, they are different. Like, we were at the club right now, 6:45 Friday.
You say we were Lion King.
I'm just saying, what we weren't doing was
It was in the streets.
on the cell phone. We was in the streets.
And
But that group is different.
Yeah.
That group is different.
That's
That
right.
group is
You
different.
have
I used to. I was like, oh, I can't wait to go home.
I
'cause
can't
we
wait.
had at the club every day except for maybe Wednesday. No,
What club were y'all
Monday.
going to?
Oh my God.
Listen, it was always something every night. It was
Every night.
Monday.
Every night.
It was
You had the
Starting-
improv.
it started Thursday
Yes,
and it
Friday.
ran until
No. Oh, you're a generation behind me. For
Right.
me, it started on Tuesday. It was Fat Black Pussycat at Glam Slam on South Beach.
But that's what I'm saying. It started on
Every night.
Thursday. Dwight, we didn't really have anything on Wednesday, right? It was like
No, there was always
Thursday
something.
to
There was
like
always something.
Dwight said, "Don't put me
Monday
in this."
to
No, because Wednesday
it
was
was just one
I
day.
heard.
It was one day of recuperation.
no. What I'm saying is, I don't know what you're talking about because there were no days of recovery. There was always something to do.
That's what I'm saying. It was
I'm telling you.
always
Hey, did you
something.
do this
Yes, babe. Yes.
We need to talk to the sister right
Yeah.
here.
Because that
Today.
Yeah.
all girls
Send
get
your
in
man a
free.
StreamYard link. so
All
she
girls
can
get
get
in
on
free
it.
before 8.
We could teach you a lot. We could teach you a
All girls
lot.
get in free
I
before
was
8. So
not
he had
at
to be in
no
line at
club at
6:45.
So y'all had
Yeah.
all those home or time.
Okay.
And especially when I was in LA. What do you mean? No. Yes,
It was
absolutely.
later. We'd go
Well, no.
later. It was something every day, but it was late.
Here's what I was
happy
saying.
hour, and then the
Here's what
happy
I
hour
was
would turn
saying
into the club.
is
I can say
Happy
happy hour.
happy hour to the
Yeah.
club
Oh,
culture.
Friday. We're talking about Friday.
That's right.
Right.
That's
What
right.
I'm saying, happy
Friday
hour
right
to the
now.
club culture is very much an Atlanta, DC thing.
Yeah.
When we were coming up, because in Miami it ain't starting until like 11, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like there were things you could do during happy hour, but there was like a go home, switch up, get into your club outfit, go to the club. Like
Right.
my first time going to DC and Atlanta, that was very much like, oh, so we just out here from 5. We just gonna keep going.
I can every time I see Janae's name, I hear Roy saying Janie.
Yeah.
Jamie.
Listen, there was a time we had to come home and recuperate. Okay,
Don't do that to me.
It is.
That is right. We
That's
did
right.
not. Miami has a later club
Yeah.
vibe.
We do.
Yeah.
There's nothing. There's nothing that changed from generation to generation. Thank you, Bobby.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bobby. Thank you, Bobby. Thank you, Bobby. That changed from generation to generation on Miami and
No,
what
that's
time
right.
things get lit. But it's Friday.
Right.
So Friday we went from spot to spot. I think we started at Bermuda.
Bermuda.
Oh yeah, happy hour Bermuda. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Or,
That's
or
right.
MVP.
Yes.
And
Right.
at that time, I was still at
Right.
EDR. And so I would work from 5 in the morning, I think until 2 in the afternoon. And then I would come home and go to sleep and then wake back up.
That's what I was saying. That's
back out.
that
Exactly.
was it.
And
Because
then
you
on
had to switch
Friday-
gears.
Yeah.
And close.
You had to
This
recuperate.
Friday would be the first Friday.
Right.
Yes.
First
And so we
Friday.
had the first Friday
What
out on
was that? Where was First Fridays, Dwight?
Our first
Oh,
Friday
shoot.
switched from venue to venue. It
Yeah,
I was
is.
about to say
No,
Bermuda
it's
had a
always
first
on the
Friday.
Bermuda's.
It's always
Yeah.
on the beach.
It was Bermuda's when we were coming up.
Then of course you had
Why
Club
you
Bed.
shade me, Sam? I just-
You had Club Bed on the beach.
Bed,
That was
yeah.
every Friday.
You didn't hear the part, Janae. I said Friday starts on
Friday.
happy hour. This is Friday. Babe, you're gonna have to come on the show because
Yeah.
Bobby, please.
No, she ain't coming on the show. She ain't old enough to come on the
Oh,
show.
that's that.
Stay your behind right there and you read and you listen.
Listen, when we were in college,
2 years, then we'll let you on.
when we
Okay?
were in college, the
What you
places
say,
that
make
we
it more
would
seasoning, get
always
some more
be
seasoning.
in, we will be in
We need a few more mango season. Once you get that 5th mango season,
You get there.
Mango season, right?
mango season.
Those mango
That
season. I
mango
love it.
Got it.
get that 5th
All the
mango
stuff-
season.
Dwight, when we were in school, the stuff used to be down south
Yeah.
because
No, we had a iguana.
Doing everything down.
they were doing stuff down south. So
Eel,
we didn't
iguana.
have to go past Coconut Grove for
What was
sure.
the name of it? Dewberry?
Huh?
Dewberry was the main
Yeah.
promoter down south. Yeah.
Dewberry.
He was a promoter. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was one that was
Rest in
doing a lot
peace,
of
Dewberry.
art.
By the way.
Yes, rest
No,
in
it's
peace,
the-
Yeah,
Dewberry.
rest in peace, Dewberry.
But
Yeah.
I thought that
We had Lion King.
I thought his promotions company with Darren was Barry Dew.
It was. That's what
It
it
was
was.
very
But
Okay.
it didn't matter. That's like Oh, you going to the party that Jay throwing? I don't care what it could be Hip Rock Star, but it's Jay's party.
Right. I understand.
It was Dewberry's party. You know,
I remember when I was in Atlanta and y'all told me that he passed.
No, don't.
Passed away.
Yeah.
No.
I don't understand. That's sad.
That was it right there. Happy hour.
That's right,
it.
Mango.
I said, what do y'all socialize?
I mean, yeah. Well, how do y'all meet and date if you don't have happy hour?
Right.
You can meet
They
somebody,
don't-
have a drink,
you know,
and
they
then
don't-
Acknowledging
They
that
meet people
stuff.
on social media, Belinda. They
Bobby
don't
said that's enough.
Speaking of things
Yeah.
older generations
DJ.
couldn't do.
Bobby said that's enough.
Yeah.
DJ.
Speaking of generations, things older generations couldn't do. How about that?
They've lawyered up and they are looking at suing ABC. And the lawsuit claims that they have never taken such action with two white
Ooh,
Yes.
they pulling the card on them.
Oh, they're
TJ,
pulling it.
TJ.
They're
But
pulling
it's true. I think it's
It
true.
is true. It is.
DJ with your high yellow line. Yeah.
They said that's what you've never done with two white coworkers.
Look at him. Oh, it's because he got the pretty eyes. Is that what it is?
That's funny. That's why they
Well,
tried.
I mean, here's they should have never been off air in the first place.
Oh yeah.
They
It
shouldn't have
is
been.
it, but how about this? This is because of the generation that we're in, where it is social media. It is instant gratification.
Yeah.
You can't even go nowhere. Oh my God. You can't even go nowhere. Your stuff gonna be all over the news.
All right. You can come home.
Here's what I don't like about the
Come
whole
on the show
thing.
now.
But what I don't like about the whole
now.
thing, TJ seems to be taking the brunt of it as if
Of
it's
course
just
he
him.
is,
And I think
because
that's the problem.
Thus Janae saying what she said.
Right.
Because they're always going to frame
the guy, the black guy, the black
The
person.
black male. They're gonna
How
always.
many, how many answers you want
We're
me to
so
give?
aggressive. What happened?
He got the black dude.
Cornered
The
her.
The black guy.
He cornered her,
Black person.
and he made her. He made her come home with him.
Yeah,
He's
like
such a savage.
King Kong.
And it was probably 100% the exact opposite.
I'm
Guaranteed.
sure it was.
Guaranteed.
the exact
100%.
opposite.
Sure.
Just
I think it was
unfortunate
You want some
situation.
water?
I think it was
That was
mutual.
it.
Yeah.
I mean, the beauty of that picture before was that it had the two D's on there because that's really all she wanted at the beginning.
Oh,
Go
Nice,
ahead.
nice,
Proceed.
nice.
Get away.
Bobby said, "Pull that back up."
Right.
He realized, and he realized he was a brother when his real name is Tyrone Johnson.
Uh-uh.
Right.
Tyrone
Is
Johnson.
that his real name?
What's his real name?
Nah.
Tyrone Johnson.
No, he dragged the more popular person. Nah.
No, we don't believe
No.
that, Janae.
Mm-mm.
But
No.
thank you.
No,
You're a
now you're off the
matrix.
show again. You're off.
Better T.
What happened with Delta?
Well, no, the airplane shut down.
Power
That
outage
was
at airports.
everybody.
Oh, you
That's
talking about
everyone.
everybody?
It
Oh,
shut everybody down, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
it did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Can
did.
you imagine being in the
I mean,
freaking
so
airport?
y'all want me to explain this? Is that what y'all
Yes,
want
go ahead.
But-
Break it
Pastor.
down, Captain.
This is your lane, Pastor.
No, but
Yeah.
but if you gonna tell it, you gotta tell the conversation that we had. Don't come. That's all I'm saying. You gotta tell the real conversation.
Well, I got to tell the real conversation.
All right, well, go ahead and gloss
He said,
over
he
it.
said it'll be at the let out. He'll do that part at the let out.
Then. Gloss over the conversation, then go on.
It's not a gloss. I'm just telling you what happened. I mean,
Okay.
Go ahead.
so
Time up. Next subject.
Uh-uh.
Unless you're gonna have it, T. You better hurry up.
So what ended up happening was there's a system that we use called notices to airmen, and they're called NOTAMs. And every airport has these NOTAMs, and all it does is gives you information about the particular airport in which you're going.
Yes.
Look, and he ain't even the producer. He kicking you off. That's hilarious.
Right. But I'm gonna kick off. Though.
You can sue him. You can sue him, girl.
Defamation of character.
So, so the important thing about these things is that they have taxiway closures and runway closures, and also instrument landing system closures or equipment that may not be operating. So, if your aircraft doesn't have the proper equipment and this equipment isn't working at this particular airport, and they dispatch you to it, then you are flying illegally, and they can fine you and stuff like that. So with that system being down, that's what caused everything to go awry.
Mm-hmm. We'll talk about what really happened in the letter.
Now tell us the
And
real version, the black version.
No,
of it.
we'll
Just
discuss
so
it in the letter.
It just so happened that this was totally ironic that
Martin
we
Luther
had
King weekend.
I'm
Martin
not
Luther
even
King
gonna let
weekend.
you
We're trying to
do
get
that.
places.
the
Thank
day-
you, Bobby.
Go ahead. You got to mute him.
Bobby was
Bobby,
like,
me
no,
too.
it's not
I
getting
told
ready
you
to
gotta
let
tell
go.
your story and be done with it, Latif. You play too much.
Nope. Nope. Nope.
You made his name into a whole
So
word.
it just so happened that this happened
Uh-uh.
day
That's
after.
a Harvard picture.
All right.
I thought we
All right.
was gone. We talking about the boy with the. Come on now.
Moving on.
Come to
I
the
play. Okay, number 3.
Somebody
So
made it
everything has
home.
been corrected.
Oh no.
No, you're not. No.
No.
But
Can't
look,
do that.
something similar had happened like that with Amtrak. They had some kind of thing on the. It was some kind of collision, and then they couldn't. The people were stuck on the tracks, and then the staff or whoever is running the train, they couldn't legally drive it anymore, so they were stuck out there.
Well, the
Like
passengers
30
called
30
911 and said they were being held hostage.
hostage. Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
I just find it funny that El Chapo's son got captured and all this stuff started happening. It's just
Shut up. Right. I
So
can't.
let's move away from that topic. Let's move away from that. Thank you,
I
Bobby.
am so
Hey, man, so
tired.
the biggest
Thank
thing with this
You gonna get in trouble.
No,
Stop it.
no.
I was talking about Damar.
Oh, okay.
Well, go ahead and talk about DeMar.
The biggest thing about this Damar Hamlin situation is, he's only been in the league 2 years, so he's not even vested yet, and so he hasn't even began to embark upon or even get vested into the pension that the NFL has, and so giving the concussion protocol. Giving the concussion protocol and
Jermaine,
giving
we gave you the public facts, babe.
and
That's how
all
we
that. The problem is no doctor will sign off on him ever playing again,
right.
and so therefore he's going to miss out on the money that he was supposed to make.
That's not true.
Wait, they redid his contract, I thought.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
prior
he's
to
not
them
on injury
extended it.
reserve anymore.
But you
Well,
said
here's
prior
the
to
other
the-
thing,
prior
to
them redoing the
piggyback. I'm sorry.
contract, it wasn't-
Prior to them redoing the contract.
Yeah.
He was on injury reserve. He's not on injury reserve anymore.
Well, here's the other thing too, Latif. To Latif's point, he's not fully vested, right? So he's going to get his money for this year.
Right.
But to be vested, you got to be vested. You got to play 4 years to be
4
vested,
years.
right?
You got to play 4 years.
So after this is done, you're in trouble. Plus the pension plan, even if he got pension, it went from 6,500 to like 2,000 to
And it doesn't kick
2,000.
into your 55.
Right, and you can't get that until you're 55. The other thing as well is that when you're injured like he is, who's going to insure him?
Nobody.
They're publicly injured.
So y'all don't see how this looks just
He's not
like
going to be able to be insured. So
slavery.
you're
Y'all
in
don't see
trouble. You're in trouble.
Absolutely.
And I think, but what it does, it tells us there's a bigger. This has really opened up another can of worms, a bigger issue that the NFL really has to address. That's all it really is saying. And I think a lot of it, though, you got to think of it. It's affecting us. It's affecting us.
Oh, it's affecting us 100%. But another thing is the
same reason we drive, we get on airplanes, we get on Amtrak, Janae. Same
No.
thing.
Still do it.
We see car crashes every day, and we still get back in our car and drive.
You're right. You do.
That same thing could happen in a car accident.
Yeah.
Right. But
Well, no, I think it's
the other thing with the
people are
insurance
more racialized. Go ahead.
is the company over in Europe, Lloyd's of London. They insure a lot of the players, and when they have injuries like this, they cash in on it. But it's only for, I mean, it's still a lot of money, but it's only for like $1 million or 1.2 million. But it's only for that particular year, or maybe even 2. But then after that, that's it. Like there's nothing else. If
Well,
they
I
didn't do
hope
anything-
that he'll be okay. They're very savvy, this age group, as to means of income and
You know what they are? They are.
stuff.
Well, Bobby said we're moving on.
Oh,
Dr. Dre.
I said, stop playing my song.
Stop
Right.
it. Stop it right now.
Stop it. What you're not gonna do.
Right.
What you're not gonna do
Me.
Boo, is continue to play
Steal.
my song thinking that you're gonna introduce yourself. No, ma'am. That's not what you're gonna do.
so wait, y'all have to catch me up on what is really, really happening with this. So tell me what this was about.
So she was using, her initials are MTG,
Mhm.
and so she was using Still DRE
Oh.
as an intro song when she would come out. And so Dr. Dre basically filed a cease and desist, telling her that she can't use his music because she's crazy.
Did you see her
Well,
response?
first he-
And then I
First
know
they were
she was.
warning.
I'm sure she was like, "How dare you?"
Did you
No,
see
she
her
was.
response? She attacked him.
Oh,
she
did
said-
she?
Yeah.
He warned her. He warned her
Oh.
first, and then she came clap back, and he's like, "Oh, okay. Let me clap back a little bit harder. Here's the paperwork."
Oh yeah. Like, how dare you tell me I can't? I'm Lily,
Yeah.
and I can't use your stuff.
I'm privileged. Didn't you see January 6th?
Yeah.
But I mean, here's the thing: what she stands for is
Yes.
what you stand for, and then you try to put your music as his intro, as your
Uh-huh.
intro.
Right.
It doesn't even
Right.
align.
Right. You stand against the origins. of
Right.
music.
But they did the same thing to Trump. There was I forget which group it was, that basically was like, stop using our music, Donald Trump. You're out of control.
Yeah.
So what Dr. Dre did was, after she obliged to his cease and desist, he sold his music catalog for $200 million.
There you go.
This is what she said to him. Well, I appreciate the creative chord progression. I would never play your words of violence against women and police officers and your glorification
Girl,
of the thug
bye.
life and drugs. That's what
Whatever.
she said back to him.
But you were
Whatever.
playing it.
But he told her
You
that
playing it.
she can't use his
Yeah.
music because she is hateful.
Yes, I don't license my
And
music.
then he sold his
Politician.
music for over $200 million.
Right.
He did.
Yes, those two
Girl,
things.
it
Now
happened.
today. Now we on something.
Everybody thinks,
Listen,
and
welcome to 2023. If R. Kelly can do an album in jail, the woman beat
R.
it
Kelly
on the
said he
racist.
didn't do that album in jail.
As
He
a
don't even know
pedophile.
what y'all talking about.
Man,
Yeah.
R. Kelly out and Bill Cosby out. Let's get it.
He said,
R. Kelly is out.
whose album that was? It wasn't
Let's get
mine. I didn't do it. I don't know
Okay.
where y'all
Well,
got it from.
Well, Latif's making a point. His frat brother's trying to go on tour. So
yeah. So that part. Great way to start the year, guys. Love you all.
Hey,
We'll see
hey,
you all
hey,
next week.
Y'all wanna
Peace.
Have good intentions.